Welcome, Spartacat fans, to this Saturday night District 8 League game with your Spartacats versus the Predators from Woodbury. Spartacats in white, Woodbury in blue. And Spartacats are getting ready with their pre-game nonsense. Cheers. Looks like we have a mostly full squad. I believe we do have a full squad. 1, 2, 3 Spartacats. Our resident bullhorn over there. Our resident bullhorn over here. Cheering it on. Levine in the net as usual. And we are ready for puck drop from the Eagan Civic Center. Oberhammer trying to win that one. That goes back down to Getke, who sends it back to the other blue line. D2 pass goes too far. Oberhammer, or Bredimus trying to step up. That one taken in. Getke up to Bredimus, trying to feed that in. Bredimus after the rush. That one goes back to the point. Getke keeps it in. Shot bounces through the slot. Bredimus with good speed gets it over Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends it deeper in. No one wants to go to the puck. Now fighting along, Woodbury gets one more in, goes back to the point or sideboards for Bredimus. Trying to keep it calm down there. Oberhammer trying to send that back to the point. That one gets by Getke. Slowed down there by Ebensteiner. Woodbury dumps that deep into the zone. Oberhammer behind the net. Sends that back behind for Getke. He sends that up, gets deflected aside, paddle save there by Levine. Out front for McCabe. McCabe up the boards, sends that around, still staying with it, and just loses it at mid-ice. Woodbury back into mid-ice, picked up there by Holman. Holman brings that in, takes it to the side, still to the outside, looks for the center. That one sails high and wide, but McCabe able to get a hold of that again. That one gets by Getke. Spartacats going to have to get back, and Levine going to have to get out. Nice back chair check there. That one goes high wide. Along the boards is Holman back to the slot. McCabe trying to fight to get that out. That one's going to be picked back up. Oberhammer able to get a stick on that, take it behind the net. Back out to the boards. Holman. Woodbury able to keep it in. 12:01 left in the first period. Still scoreless, still shotless, unless they're not keeping checks on the board. McCabe takes it to the center. McCabe sends that deep in the zone behind the net, all the way around for Simon. Simon centers that, gets trapped right out front. 11:40 left in the first period. Abbott back on, down for a Cullum. Shot just missed there. Woodbury picks that up at mid-ice as a whole. His team centers that around. Bosberg picks that up at mid-ice, gets knocked down. No call. Back through the slot. Bosberg sends that up to McCullum. That one loose. Go through. Levine saw that at the last minute, slides over. Simons trying to send up the boards. Woodbury trying to regain possession, keeps it in at the point. Bosberg goes on it. Simons will take it at the boards as well, looking for her options. Sends it to the middle for McCullum. McCullum trying to take advantage of a line change by Woodbury. Takes it to the outside, keeps it in, and dumps it deep. Back behind, Bosberg centers. Bosberg trying to settle it down out front for McCullum. He lost the handle on it. Woodbury takes it through neutral ice, sends it in onside. Nice stick there by Evan Steiner. Getke takes it to the outside, and she's off to the races. Getke taking it to the outside, centers across. Evan Steiner shot right in front, and another save. Kelly off the ice. You have Getke, Ebensteiner. That one loose. McCabe backhanded that towards the net. Still loose out in front. Kept in there by Bredemus. Woodbury takes it around the back of their net. Cuts to the middle. A nice pass out. Able to break it out. Woodbury sends it in. Loses an edge. Keeps it in. Shot gets deflected. Out front, goes through the slot and picked up there by McCabe. McCabe able to get it over to Getke. She gets hauled down, no call. Stuck at the point, back in onside, Oberhammer. Slows that down, gets it up and out. Back to neutral ice. Bredemus almost has a stick on that. Ebensteiner behind the net. Slows it over to Getke. Past her stick for McCabe. McCabe not able to get it out. Back for Getke. Getke sends it up the boards and out. McCabe trying to win that race. That one sent back out to the blue line, back to neutral ice. Spartacats clear. Get it back to Getke, who's taking it back to the boards for herself. Gets it poked away by Woodbury there. That one picked up now by Anderson. 8:43 left in the first period. Anderson sends it out front, almost intercepted there by Woodbury, but that one does get back out. Bredemus to McCabe, nice pass. McCabe gets it over to the side for Bredemus. That one drops back down for Anderson. Anderson waits for her zone to clear, tries to get that over to Oberhammer. Woodbury able to dump that deep into the zone. Simons picks that up. Simons, D-to-D pass. Anderson up to Reynolds. Reynolds keeping on the outside, dumps it deep into the board, and Woodbury will give chase. Woodbury, Reynolds with a nice stick. Simons thinking about stepping up, not able to pinch. That one will go back down for Woodbury. And Anderson, a little bit too far out of the reach, goes down for an icing whistle. I believe that's the first icing whistle of the game. So both teams are trying to keep possession and play the game the right way. Holman is trying to drop that for Bosberg. He picks it back up. Anderson steps up, able to keep it in, gets to Holman. That one sent back to the side boards. Back up to the point. Kept in by Woodbury, sent in on net and covered by the Woodbury netminder. Holman got that over past Reynolds. Anderson not able to keep it in. That one's going to go all the way down for another icing whistle. Shots on goal 2-2 in favor of no one. That one back to the boards. McCabe kept in there by Abbott briefly. Back to the point, kept in there. In and back out, but they let it go. Kelly taking it to the front. That one gets swept to the side. Kelly looking for a centering opportunity, goes back behind the net. Evan Steiner not able to hold the point. Getke in a foot race, able to get a stick on it, slow pressure down. Nice job by Getke. That one goes through the slot. I think maybe tipped there by last minute by Levine. Passed as well. Evan Steiner's going to defend out front. Getke settles it down. Kelly not able to get there and pick it up. That one will go back down deep into the corner for Getke. Getke thinking about what to do, gets it back out into the neutral zone. Safe play. Kelly trying to grab that. That one gets through neutral ice again, picked up there by Getke. Getke pulls it to the outside and onside into the zone. Back down neutral. Kelly trying to back check. Sent last minute away from Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner reverses back around. Nice backhand pass up and now out with Abbott. Abbott able to keep control of it. Send it on loose to the side of the net. Picked up by Woodbury. That one back to the boards. McCullum, Abbott. That one goes back to the center of the slot. Kept in there by Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner just at the blue line. Now loses it back to neutral ice with the scrum. Back neutral ice. Getke pulled away there by Kelly. Kelly not able to send it in, and that one goes to the center line there, picked up by Abbott. Abbott trying to send it ahead. That one will go all the way down for an icing whistle. 5:26 left in the first period. Shots 3-2 in favor of the Predators. Oberhammer at the center dot. Oberhammer pushes that back to the boards for McCabe. McCabe up the boards, out with Oberhammer. Oberhammer taking it to the outside, waiting for reinforcements to arrive. Sent on net, loose out in front, but kept in there by Anderson. Anderson shot on net, almost sneaks in there. Goalie had to slide over. Nice rush and pressure there by the Spartacats. Buck up for Oberhammer. Oberhammer backhanded, almost hit that top corner. Bredemus, McCabe, Oberhammer trying to apply pressure. Oberhammer pressuring behind the net, makes a pass up the boards, kept in there by Anderson. Shot towards the net, then poked back to the boards by Woodbury. Woodbury not able to get it out. McCabe gets it to Oberhammer. Oberhammer, nice idea over to Bredemus. Bredemus in the corner. Looking in the center, takes it back for herself. Woodbury gets it back up to Oberhammer. Oberhammer to Simons. Simons' shot goes into the back of McCabe's stick, and now it's going to be a race. McCabe sends it for Bredemus, who sends it back out of the zone. Woodbury able to get it back in. Bredemus looking to backhand that out. Gets in help there from Oberhammer. Woodbury comes in like a train. Bredemus gets stuck in some skates and back up, but not out. And here comes Bredemus. Bredemus trying to find space for herself. Almost got around one. Back to the boards for Oberhammer, who gets it back up to center ice. Woodbury not able to get much back into the zone, but now they do. Picked up there by Anderson. Anderson past the stick of Simons. Woodbury makes a play at it, taking it out of the corner. Looking to center, nice stick by McCabe. McCabe comes in, sends it back to the Woodbury point. Shot on goal, deflected and pushed aside by Levine. Back behind the goal line, Woodbury. Frankie able to regain control. Back up to McCabe. McCabe with one more to beat, trying to get it up to herself, just bobbles it, loses a handle. 3:13 left. That one sent all the way around. Woodbury able to get it out at the point. And Getke will take it. Trying to figure out, go all the way around the net. She's going to gain space and speed and take it out back into the neutral zone. Loose. Fosberg pulled it to the center. Nice pusher there by Getke. Back loose. Ebensteiner. Nice pass up to Reynolds. Back neutral ice. Getke sends that up and in. Woodbury touches it, so no icing. Back through neutral ice. Nothing on net. Levine leaves that for Getke, who's trying to make a play up the boards, gets it almost back out of the zone. Back down for Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner sends it up the boards. Nice play to Getke. Getke gets around one. Sends it in for Bodsberg. Woodbury takes around the net. 2 minutes left. Kept in there, Ebensteiner at the point. Sends it, bouncing puck goes behind the net. Woodbury sends back to the boards. McCabe trying to regain control, able to get a stick on it. Kept in there by Getke. Still stuck the blue line back out. Spartacats touch up and Bodsberg sends it back in just to the top of the circles. D-to-D passer assumed there. Nice keep in by Reynolds. Back to Harper. Holman to Bodsberg. Bodsberg not able to get a full shot off. Bodsberg behind the net looking for a centering opportunity. Woodbury comes away with it. And Getke will go back out. Cover there. Getke leaves it for Levine. Reynolds trying to send that to a streaking Bodsberg. And Getke will back in the corner, sends it up to the point, but that one goes back out. Bodsberg and McCullum trying to win the foot race. That one goes back into neutral ice. Spartacats need to be careful on this change. Anderson picks that up, 55 seconds left in the first period. Anderson almost lost the puck there, but Simon's able to get it back in the corner, send it back for Anderson. Anderson kept in there by Woodbury and now back out. 38 seconds left. Woodbury will negate the offside or the icing call there. Kelly providing pressure. Simon's not able to keep that in. Woodbury the other way. Got a one-on-one here with Anderson defending. Anderson able to get a stick out to the sideboards. Shot goes behind the net. Kelly taking that up the boards, able to get it back to neutral zone. 14 seconds left in the first period. Dropped there. Loose in the neutral zone. Kelly not able to pick that back up. Anderson does. Anderson gets it over to the boards for Simons. And that'll be the first period. 0-0 your score. We'll be back for the second. Second period action. Coming at ya. Goalie's ready, goalie's ready. Puck is down. Oberhammer leaves that for Getke. Getke sends that up the board, trying to find Oberhammer, and does. Oberhammer trying to back that in, that goes back for Getke. Getke sends that across, finds Bredimus. Bredimus up the boards, gets to McCabe. McCabe loses the handle there, that one back to neutral ice, but Bredimus finding an opening, Gets it back out. Oberhammer waits for her team to touch up. Sends it for Getke. Nice pass back. Sometimes the best way forward is back. Getke with a nice little bump there. No call. Innocent little play. Woodbury at their own blue line. Sends it to the boards. That one stripped away from Ebersteiner. Bradimus sends that up. Tries to get to Oberhammer's skates. Able to get it. Oberhammer keeps it to the outside. Gets it deeper. Shot on goal. Covered by the netminder. Looks like we're getting a couple of those too low hard shots there. Need to make the goalie move. 12:59 left. Second period. Puck's going to be down here for Holman. Holman to Reynolds. Reynolds backhands out there. Reynolds. That one behind the net for Woodbury. Woodbury sends it up the boards. Kept in there by Simons. To Reynolds. Nice centering pass. Woodbury the other way here with numbers. Enter the zone on side. Puck goes wide of the net. Simons trying to get there first for the Spartacats. Simons able to get it away. Nice job. Goes back out. They wait. Offside is the call. Way offside. I didn't even see that person. I didn't even see 12 there. Way offside. I wasn't even close. That's okay. We've done it too. Holman, Woodbury sends that. Anderson back out of the zone. And all the way down. No ice. Woodbury sends it up the boards. That one's going to go all the way down. Icing's going to be the call. Thankfully. McCullum, Abbott. Kelly at the draw. Here we go, back down to the boards. Woodbury trying to get it out. Spartacats keeping it in. Woodbury centers kept in there by Abbott. Dump it back behind the net. Back up the boards. Ebensider able to keep it in. Shot through traffic. Could have taken a funny bounce off that skate. McCullum trying to go over to the sideboards. Backhanded off. That one centered there. Abbott picks that back up. Not able to get a shot off. On pressure. Ebensteiner. Nice job to get it deep into the corner. Around the back of the net. Woodbury takes it. Loses it. Centering opportunity. No one home out front. Woodbury sends it up. Out for Getke. Getke sends it back up, but not out. It's kept in there by Woodbury. Back to the bottom of the circles. Ebensteiner tipped out by McCullum. Woodbury sends that down. Might be too far, but not far enough for icing. Waved off onside. Abbott. Abbott slows it down, sends it up the boards for Getke. Getke catches. Getke looking for an extra strategy and gets it. That one's going to go far down. I don't think it's going to be enough for icing, but they call that off. Back up the boards. Ebensteiner and Abbott able to keep that in. Kelly back over to the boards, off her skate with a nice block. All the way back up the boards. Getke just missed taking that in. Getke. Spartacats clear the zone and Ebensteiner dumps it back in and back out to neutral ice. Foot race ensues. Getke wins this one, pulls it back to the center, gets it to the boards, and she is off to the outside. Getke not able to bring it to the center, but gets it deep behind the net. Getke sends it. That one's going to be a little bit too far. No icing. Levine will help leave it there for Oberhammer. Oberhammer trying to set that nice catch there by Abbott on her backhand. Abbott sends that to the boards. No one there to retrieve. Puck's loose at the point Abbott with good pressure. That one goes back for Anderson. Anderson pulls it to the center, almost kept in there, and now back out with Overhammer. Woodbury pulls that up at the blue line. Back to the side, retrieved by Overhammer. A little miscommunication there as McCabe now picks it up and takes it in the zone with speed. Shot on net. Once again, shot low. Need to bring it to the center and make the goalie move. .9:11 left in this second period. Puck back down, shot on goal. That one just went wide. Centering opportunity gets deflected by Woodbury's skate. Anderson able to defend at neutral ice, slow it down. Trying to send that across for McCabe. McCabe thought about taking a swat at it. Woodbury brings that in onside, brings it to the center. No shot goes back to the point. Woodbury thought they had it offside, but Stella will take that down. Icing is going to be the call, waved off. Nice speed there by Brenemus to try to get it out of the corner. Finds Overhammer. Overhammer brings it to the center. Shot not fully off. Back behind the net. Woodbury sends that around. Simons with a nice step up. Trying to pull it up the boards. Has McCabe there to help out. Overhammer as well. Back to the top of the circles. Nice stick. Brenemus not able to get a shot off. Kept out there by Woodbury. Brenemus with a nice back check. Forces a shot behind the net. Overhammer slows it down. Reverses. Looking for an outlet pass. Takes it to the outside. Nice job over to Brenemus, who tips it in. Brenemus in the foot race there, able to pick it up, send it around for McCabe. McCabe slows it down. Holman comes in. Woodbury sends it across ice. Anderson. Loose out front, not able to poke it home. Centering opportunity doesn't go anywhere. Holman is Anderson trying to get out centered across to the sideboards. Woodbury keeps it in, sends it deep. 7:02 left in the second period. Anderson and her position go down. That one sent across into Levine. Getke gets it back out to the point. And Woodbury keeps it in and sends it deep. Getke still working on it. That one goes through the crease. McCabe first on it again for the Spartacats, able to backhand it out, and she'll try to go pick it up again, recovered by Woodbury. Back down for Getke. Getke trying to find space for herself. Offside is the whistle. Holman. Back down, Holman. Woodbury sends it back. Back up off Holman's skate. Loose at the midline. Ebensteiner trying to pull it off. That went back down for Getke. Getke trying to send it out of the zone, but will have to chase it back deep in her own zone. Getke's stick lifted, but she'll still regain possession. Take it to the middle. Back to the Woodbury point. They still have it, trying to get a shot through, goes off a couple sticks and skates. Reynolds able to get it back out, over to Holman. Holman still working. Bodsberg takes a swing at it, but not out. Back down for Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner out front for Bodsberg. Back in the slot for Woodbury. Woodbury shot on net, deflected aside by Levine. Centering opportunity will go back up to the blue line. Shot coming through traffic and goal. Goal for Woodbury.
Come on, Spartacats, you can answer, ladies. Let's go! Here we go, Spartacats! Let's go, Woodbury! Hustle, ladies! Answer back right here. You got it.
Back down, Anderson. Back up to the midline, sent down deep for Anderson. Anderson takes that behind the net, centers up to Abbott, gets lost in her skates. Woodbury able to keep it in. Shot deflected aside by a skate of Anderson. Nice play. Woodbury not able to center. Back down, and here comes McCullum to the outside. Takes it on the outside wide. Center on net, right out front, loose and pulled in for another glove save. Back down. Woodbury able to get it out. Simons picks it up, backhands that in. Woodbury takes that back in, shot, gets deflected into Kelly's skates. Kelly back behind the net. Pulled it aside once, and here comes Simons. Simons going through neutral ice. Loose out front. Shot coming from Abbott. Still loose, no goal. Loose, back to Anderson. Anderson pokes it to the side. Abbott pulls it off. Gets it to McCullum. Back loose for Woodbury. Back for Anderson. Woodbury able to send it back deep. Backhanded, still loose at the slot. Woodbury looking for a wraparound opportunity. Send it out front, loose. Back out to the top of the circles. Shot, glove save Levine. Back down behind, deep into the net. Up for Oberhammer. Oberhammer. Cuts short, stops. Oberhammer. Loose, rebound, not recovered. Back to the point for Ebensteiner. Woodbury kept in there by Gecki. Oberhammer takes it to the center. Shot on goal. Glove save. And whistled down. Back to the boards. McCabe centers up for Oberhammer. Woodbury able to recover. Ebensteiner keeps it in at the point. Down for Oberhammer. Oberhammer shot out front for Bredimus. I think hit her skate. Bredimus versus around, trying to pull it to the center for herself. Still going forward. McCabe at the sideboard. Centering opportunity goes across the stick of Oberhammer. Oberhammer passes across. Intercepted by Woodbury, recovered by Gecki. Gecki keeps it to the outside, pulls it in. Gecki picks it back up, sends it onside for McCabe with a nice breakout. McCabe not able to center it. Woodbury trying to take it the other direction, kept in there by McCabe. Oberhammer sends it towards deeper in the zone, back down. Icing is waved off. Ebensteiner sends that for Getke. Getke loses it. Woodbury going to center out front. And now picked up again by Getke, loses it. Getke sends it up and out. McCabe able to get that into the zone. Back behind the net is Woodbury, sends it up back to their point. Kept in there by Getke. Back down loose, and here comes Woodbury on a rush. Woodbury, shot coming and goal. Bad change for Spartacats. Puck's back down, poked ahead by Holman. Over for Reynolds. Reynolds not able to pick that back up. Reynolds pushed into the boards. That one goes loose deep for Anderson. Anderson centers for Holman. Holman bothered from behind but making space for herself. Harper takes it to the outside, keeping it out. She's going to look for a centering opportunity here. Leaves that for Reynolds. Reynolds trying to get back to Holman. Back down, Simons. 1:06 left in the second period. 32. Simons has one to beat. Got 3-on-1 here. Sends it behind the net. McCullum centers. Bosberg still loose and covered for a save. Nice play there by Spartacats. Need more of that. 44 seconds left in the second period. Right down for McCullum. McCullum trying to get around the ref's skates here. Back to the point. Kept in there by Abbott. Kelly rushing after it, up the sideboards, back to the top of the circles. Woodbury the other direction, picks it up, shot coming, save Levine, another save, and now goal. Levine made the first two, now would get pushed over to the side and in. Back down. Levine leaves that for Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner centers that for McCullum. Woodbury able to keep it in. And that's your second period. We'll be back for the third. Thank you. I didn't have a lot of stuff, good stuff to say anyway, so it's probably good that I was muted. Back down, Anderson behind the net. Anderson the other way, able to get it back over to Bredimus. Bredimus not able to keep control. Oberhammer comes in, Bredimus loses an edge. Oberhammer versus the other way. Up the boards to Bredimus. Bredimus tried to back out there, but we'll get it up the boards. Still looking to get at it. Woodbury not able to center. That one goes up behind the net. Woodbury in the corner. Spartacats not looking like they want it right now. Oberhammer brings it to her skate, centers. Offside goes to the center dot. Oberhammer drops that to Anderson. Anderson sends that up with a nice pass to Bredimus. Bredimus drops it for Oberhammer. Oberhammer with a shot. Loose, covered. Quick whistle.
Let's go, Blue!
9:08 left in the third period. Holman at the draw. Holman leaves that for Reynolds. Reynolds tries to find her for him, sends it in, back to the boards. Spartacats able to keep it in, send it down deeper, top circles. That one will go back out, and not going to be enough for icing. Gecki sends it behind the net, gets it stripped away. Out front, Levine with the save. Another shot gets deflected, and here comes Bosberg. Bosberg going with Holman. Bosberg has one to beat, pulls it to the center, splitting the D. Bosberg loses the handle. Gecki not able to keep it in, and another rush there for Woodbury as Ebensteiner keeps that to the outside. Ebensteiner pulls it to the center. Bosberg still working on it. Centers. Shot not able to get off. Reynolds. Reynolds centers. Goes back to the boards. Woodbury to the point. Ebensteiner takes the shot. Recovered there by Bosberg. Bosberg tried to get that over to Holman. Bosberg to Holman. Holman bumped off. Reynolds to the point for Gecki. Gecki with a shot. Goes through all the way wide. Centering attempt again. Bosberg picked up again by Gecki. Gecki loses it at mid-ice. Recovered there by Ebensteiner as the Spartacats touch up. Pass up. Recovered. That one goes back down for Woodbury. Gecki will take it to the outside. She has space. During the change, she takes it to the center. Driving the net. Shot loose and saved. Anderson keeps that aside while Spartacats touch back up. 7:16 left. Back down. Back in the zone briefly. Cullum got back on side. That one down for Anderson. Goes past her stick. Anderson will pick it up behind the net. She's bumped off the puck. Simons will send that around for Kelly. Kelly not able to get that out of the zone, kept in there, centering opportunity over for Anderson. Anderson hooked, no call. Back to the top of the slot for Woodbury. Into the corner, Abbott will send that one all the way around. Back out front, shot across the crease. Shot towards the net, Anderson will pick it up behind. Get it up the boards. Abbott And here comes Kelly. Kelly has space. Bringing it up the side. She's bumped off. Hook coming. Slash on Woodbury. Number 3 will go to the box. Oberhammer to Simons. Simons trying to shoot through traffic. McCabe picks it up. Oberhammer bumped off the puck. McCabe not able to center. Simons. That one will be picked up by Anderson. Anderson backhands it to McCabe. Oberhammer brings it in on side. Pulls it to herself. Looking for an option. Gets around one. Centering. Cross. Slot. Shot on net, still loose. Back into the corner. Cross check on Oberhammer. Seconds of 4-on-4. That one goes wide of the net. Back. Holman not able to keep it. That one shot, glove save, Levine. Minute on Woodbury's penalty, minute 16 on Spartacats. Holman at the draw pushes that to the boards. Shot on net gets interrupted by Bosberg. Holman. That one back down. And Woodbury's going to odd man break here. Shot coming, save Levine. Puck down for Spartacats, push to the top of the circle, shot doesn't make it all the way through, picked up by Getke, who takes it to the outside, bothered from the side, but still able to gain pressure. One more to beat, loses the handle, pulls it towards the slot. McCollum there, Reynolds trying to get it to Reynolds, able to pick it off of the boards. Shot on goal, gets wide, pushed behind the net. Up the boards, back loose. Getke trying to win that stick battle, pulls it behind the net. Turned over almost, back down. Evan Steiner. Woodbury back at full strength on a power play. Woodbury trying to pull it aside. Cadis not able to get the center there. Woodbury keeps it in, gonna take a shot. That gets blocked by Getke. Getke sending out the boards. Woodbury not able to keep it in. Getke along the sideboards here. Woodbury able to send it back in for Reynolds. 3:53 left. Reynolds keeps it to the outside, trying to find Abbott. That one back out and clear into the neutral zone by the Spartacats. D-to-D pass as they are on the penalty power play. Ebensteiner taking it to the front. Reynolds has it along the walls. Reynolds brings it in. That one's loose. That one sent all the way down will be an icing whistle. Both teams full strength 5-on-5 hockey commences. Oberhammer back down for Simons. Simons sends that for Anderson. Anderson will have to clear. Back down for Bradimus. Bradimus brings it to the outside. She's hungry. Bradimus keeps it to the outside.
Go, Stay with it! Stay with it, Pumpkin!
Still working on it. Out front for Oberhammer. Not able to center. Simons with a good stick to keep it in. Bam, back out to Anderson. Anderson sends that past stick of Kelly. Woodbury able to get that back to center ice. Not in the zone yet. Oberhammer feeds it to herself around the boards. Back to neutral ice. Bradimus gets it out to McCabe. Bradimus will rush the net. Shot up high. Bounces behind the net. Bradimus trying to get it back out to the center for McCabe and unable to do so. Sent back up, blocked down by Bradimus. For McCabe, Bradimus out front in the crease, gets it taken away. Tripped and no call. Woodbury, the other direction. Frankie with a nice stick. Sent across the ice for Anderson. Anderson had trouble with along the boards, but able to get it back up and out. Oberhammer through neutral ice, gets over to McCabe. McCabe with the rush on net, gets gobbled up by the netminder. Netminder not really being challenged, except for some low shots that she's easily able to handle. Holman trying to leave that for Bosberg. Holman pulls it back to the center. Bosberg picks it up, trying to get out of one. That one's centered. Reynolds able to slow it down. Reynolds not able to get a stick on it again. Woodbury gets that back out into neutral ice. That one sent back down. Levine watches that go by her crease. Getke sends it behind the net. Harper, Holman sends it to the boards. Back into the skates and stick of Harper, Holman. Reynolds. Back loose for Woodbury, sent behind the net. Getke pulls it up, runs us some pressure. Bosberg gets it around to Holman. Holman, Reynolds, and Bosberg into the zone. McCabe stops short, doesn't get a shot off. Over for Getke. Getke pulls it to the center. Shot on net. Bosberg had a tip, that one goes wide. Sent up for Woodbury, Edmundsteiner, and Getke to retrieve. Edmundsteiner will pull it back to neutral ice, leaves it for Reynolds. Woodbury brings that back in. Bosberg steps up and in the way. 26 seconds left. Bosberg in and out. Bosberg takes that to the outside. Looks to make space for herself. Gets tripped, and that will be a call. Power play coming with 10 seconds left in the game. Spartacats just looking to ruin the shutout now. Back down, shot goes across the crease. Kelly into the corner. Kelly taking a shot, hits the side of the paddle. 3-2-1, that's going to be it. Woodbury wins 3-0. Spartacats dropped their second game of the district play. 4-2-2 is the record. Join us tomorrow afternoon against Rosemount. looking for redemption against them. Woodbury got it against us. Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.